The Marine Mammal Center's mission is to expand knowledge about our marine mammals, their health, and that of their ocean environment, and to inspire their global conservation. We are able to accomplish this through the dedicated support of over 1,000 volunteers, ranging from 15 to 97 years of age. Our volunteers span over 600 miles, from Mendocino to San Luis Obispo counties, allowing for our work to reach between 600 to 800 animals a year and educating hundreds of thousands of people. Volunteers are involved in every department of the center's work, which includes providing life-saving animal care to our seal and sea lion patients, teaching visitors about our animals and the ocean environment, working on beaches, rescuing and releasing animals, as well as volunteering in our gift shop, human resources, and research departments.
There is a place in this organization for every single type of person to volunteer in, whether it be education, which is so important because I think the public really needs to see what we're doing, understand what we're doing, and be inspired to do it themselves.
Every single week I learn something new. Every single week I'm enhancing my knowledge of the earth and the environment and the oceans. And it's so empowering, wanting to work with the animals and help care for the animals, but also wanting to educate people about the difficulties that these animals have. Seeing the light in a child's eyes, in a young visitor's eyes when I'll tell them something and I can see them getting excited, that really makes me proud that I am perhaps making a difference in a young person's life. As lay people who are not trained as veterinarians or trained as marine biologists or trained as vet techs. I mean, we're just people who have a love for these animals and a love for the ocean and worry about their plight, that we actually have an opportunity to come in here and make a difference, actually work with these animals, to feed them, to care for them, to nurture them. It's such an honor. There's no other place I can think of where you can get this involved in the care.
Well, we were actually looking for a volunteer opportunity when we saw folks attempting a rescue. Here were these three folks trying to struggle to get these two huge sea lions, so Rusty actually helped them.
They were able to safely get both animals into the crates, into the back of the truck, and then bring them back up to the center.
So we asked about it and they said, you can do this too, just volunteer, come, we'll teach you, and they did.
There's a passion that you can feel by the staff members, be it in vet science, be it in education, that is easily delivered to the volunteers if they request it.
When I talk to people about the Marine Mammal Center, I tell them it's an organization run by a staff this small and a volunteer force this big. They're doing a lot of the very dangerous work. They're doing the dirty work of the center, and they are so devoted. I provide a small amount of support doing database entry. I've kind of become the Adopt-a-Seal queen.
Yeah, the retail is sort of like a conduit to everything else. I'm bringing up sales or I'm helping people find items that they want to buy, but the conversation is always about the center and the animals and everything else. The more you learn about the mission and the more you see the type of work that goes on here, the more invested you get, because it's not just picking up a sick animal and making them well and putting them back in the water. It's gotten to be conservation, it's gotten to be education, all the research about why the animal is sick, you know, all the weird stuff that's happening in the water.
As a volunteer member, necropsies were awesome because I get to see the inside of the animals and see what's wrong with them, right? Any department, you get to be closer to marine mammals than anywhere else on the West Coast, I think. I mean, you get to see all sorts of animals come through here. This is a world-class organization. So not only do you get to see the animals, but you get to see people coming through who are world-class biologists. There are other stranding centers, to be sure, but this is the only one that does the education and the research and the animal care all to the extent together.
One of my favorite patients was a patient who was an elephant seal pup who came in named Chai. Chai we thought was blind, but Chai, actually our diagnosis was that he had cataracts. Well, we've never seen that before in elephant seals in a pup. And we had an ophthalmologist come in from Florida, operate with our team here, but after a couple weeks, when he came up to our bigger pens, he could see for the very first time. That feeling of just thinking, wow, what a difference we've made.
I'm sparked by the animals. But what really sparks my interest about the Marine Mammal Center is the fact that almost the entire core of workers are volunteers. The fact that people care enough to spend their own time, their own resources and money and effort to support an organization, and that the organization runs on volunteers, I think that is just incredible.
Our goal is so that people are not only aware of the Marine Mammal Center, but if you are out on the beach and you do see an animal that's stranded, you know, what is the proper procedure? What is the proper thing to do? Who to call? What you should be looking for? Goal is to help kids understand, and even adults too, the difference between a sea lion and a seal, you know, and how to identify the size of it, so it helps us know what type of equipment to bring.
I just love the community that this center has around it. And I think their values and in the bigger picture, I know that we have a cute, fuzzy poster child and that draws people in, and yet the message about ocean health is so crucial today. And I think that the way that they're delivering that message, the education that they're putting out is just, it's streamlined. And I think the teaching and the messages that they're putting out there are valuable.
I think my proudest moment is now, because now I've moved over here to Hawaii to work with the Hawaiian monk seal and save a species. They're critically endangered, and each individual animal is important. The opportunity is now, and we could take our experiences and our knowledge and come here and work with the community and teach the volunteers here. It's just a very exciting time for me, so it's my proudest moment.
And we spent a lot of time educating the public to help them understand why the monk seal is so important and why it was important we were all there to help protect it and watch the baby grow.
And because they have been here for thousands of years and they are a key point in the ecology, I think it's important that we preserve them and that we help do that, because a lot of the reason why they're endangered was from human influence. So I think it's really important that we kind of take responsibility for that and help them get back to a more stable population.
But I do feel that we as human beings have that opportunity, and as volunteers, to really make it happen for these seals. Get them back into nature, have them be healthy.
Well, I became a volunteer because I feel like animals are very important. They're important to our existence. They're sort of a sign of what's going on in our environment, in the oceans, and without them, I think that really we would be at risk of our survival.
These are just some of the many stories of our over 1,000 volunteers that support the work of the Marine Mammal Center. Every volunteer contributes to our vibrant community of supporters, inspiring us that we can all act as powerful stewards for marine mammals and the ocean environment.